And window reflections for soft, natural focus is our topic today on Luminar Coffee Break. Let's see what we can accomplish in 10 minutes or less, starting now. Hello, everyone, and welcome. Now, today's topic is actually inspired by our Skylum team members. They created these really cool window reflections, and I saw it on our internal Slack messages, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. So what I want to do is I want to show you how I took what they created and then how we could apply it, not just with window reflections, like a regular front window reflection, but also for a rear window reflection. All right, so let me jump right in. So let me grab the image I was working with. One moment. Let's see. I believe here it is. I am coffee break images. There we go. All right, there we are. So here's my sweet, adorable goddaughter, Erica. Now, a couple things. If you've ever photographed through a window, you know how much of a pain in the neck it is with the reflections. Typically, you could put in like a softbox or a light inside where the person's sitting so you could illuminate them. This was captured on window light. Now, look how natural it looks. Here's the original. This was the original. And now adding the reflection, I'm going to show you how I can do it where it looks like it will shoot through, and in this case, how it's behind her. And let me just show you that real quick here. So I'm going to duplicate this, or create a virtual copy. Now that I have my virtual copy, I am going to come in and revert it to original. So here's the original image. Now, under Edits, I'm going to add a new layer. Now, I've already brought in this image, but just to show you what I did, I clicked on the plus icon, and where do we save overlays, presets, assets? We save them in your photography folder. So, I have a folder here on my D drive called _photography, and here it is, assets, overlays. Now, under overlays, I do have, where are we? Glass reflections, overlays by Team Skylum. And I picked the reflection here. I believe it was this one right here, or it was this one here. Either one, I'll show you. I grabbed it, opened it, and now when I do that, it appears here. All right, so this is one of them. In fact, that's not the one we're going to use, so I'm going to remove it. Yeah, it was this one right here. Yeah, that's the one. All right, so here it is. Look how it comes in. Now, at first glance, you're like, ew, that looks horrible. Well, yeah, because we have to do some editing with this. Now, I like where it's at, but you know what? I want to show her face. So I am going to expand this. I'm going to make this a little bit larger. Right about here. That looks good. Now that I have it, mask, brush, I'm going to erase the effect. So I want this to be a back reflection. So it's going to appear like I'm shooting with the windows behind her. I don't want 100% strength. I'm going to bring it down just a little bit. Now I'm going to erase what I don't want. I don't want it on her face because I want that to show through. Now that I did that, it's 68%. And these numbers, again, you mess with them on your own. I'm going to bring it down because I do want some of the reflection to show as if it's backlit. There we go. So you see what I just did? So now, if we look at it, I'm going to hide it. Before, after, and again, I can mess with the opacity. Here's 100%, or I could dial it back to 0. Well, I'm going to bring it in just to where it starts, bringing it out like that. Ooh, that looks good. And now keep in mind, I didn't enhance her image. So let's see, if I just come in here, because you're on separate layers, I can adjust Erica's photo all by itself, and it's not going to affect that overlay. So let's do auto adjust. And shadows right about there. All right. Before, after, that looks good. All right, so this right here, now I'm looking at it. Here's before, here's after. I have too much still on her face. So, mask, brush, and let's do this. I'm going to erase. This time I will go to 100%, just so I can get a good, clear, clean look on her face. Now I'll bring it down, and I'll use strength, let's say 22. And I'm just coming in lightly. Not too much, but just enough. There we go. That the tone of the background is still here. And again, this is for making it look or appear like we're using that as the background. All right, and a little bit more. Erase it right about here. There we go. Good. And again, just what you would end up doing is you would adjust it a little bit more each time. Like right about there, that looks good. And I like it. Before, after. Now, what I just showed you was how to put the reflection behind her. Well, now we're going to put the reflection in front of her. So, using the same one that we just did, I'm going to take the mask and I want to clear it. Actually, you know what? Let's invert it. Nope. Clear it. I'm going to clear it, brush, and let's go back to the mask. Here we go. There. So now the mask is on the entire image. All right. So from here, the issue we're going to deal with is I can't see her. So what I want to do is come with a brush again, erase the mask at a low strength. And actually, you know what? Let's go to a large strength. Just get rid of it so we can see where she is. So that's the area that we want to bring some of the reflection back in. So now I'm going to go back and slightly paint the window reflection on her again. There we go. So now it looks like we shot through the open window. Now I don't like how this is falling on her head. So I can still come in and take this. Let's adjust it. There we go. So what I'm looking for is a cleaner, there we go, a cleaner image on top without too much of the background. And right about here. All right. And then once again, erase. And I'm just going to tweak it until I feel like it's giving me that natural look. Good. So now I'm going to go back to a paint. Let's see what that does for me. There we go. So now I'm getting that. I shot it through a window. And then, of course, what we could do is to make this just a little bit brighter. Not too much. Because remember, that was shot from apparently from outdoors. There we are. All right. And there we have it. So there we have two different ways to use reflections. And what you're really doing is masking what you want and what you don't want. If you want the reflection to be in the back, bring the subject closer in. If you want the opposite way, then put the mask or the reflection on top of the person. Try this. Try finding whether you're out and about and you see reflections, shoot in and have one of your friends or your buddies inside, photograph it, and see what the reflections do, because that'll give you an idea of what to do the next time. But keep in mind, if you are going to do the reflection where you're photographing through the window, the inside person has to be well lit. If they're not well lit, then the shot's not going to come off the way you want it to. I've done this many a times where I'll buy a huge piece of plexiglass, hang it from a C-stand, spray it with water to make it look like it's rain, and then have the subject behind it lit, and then photograph them through the plexiglass. That was just a way of doing it controlled, because if you do this out in public, yeah, you might start to annoy a few people if they're trying to eat at a restaurant and there you are photographing on the outside. So use it wisely and use it sparingly. All right. Now the part where it comes, I picked 5 images from our Facebook group. And if you're not part of the Skylum Facebook group, please click on that or scan that QR code and join us on the Skylum Facebook group, where everyone is posting their photos. What I really love what we're doing now is a lot of you are putting the backstory behind how you got the shot, and you're giving a few tips. Education and knowledge like that is extremely valuable. So check that out right there. All right. So let me show you which ones we got. And you know what I'll do is I want to go through the ones first. Let me find my favorites. One moment. Let me get that. There we go. Right here. All right. So let me just show through the 5 that I chose. All right. So here's John. Here's Palvina. Beth. Ola. Oh, and Pat. All right. So let's go back. This is the one from John Wells. I picked it because the image from John, mainly because the hummingbird resting on the stem is beautiful, beautifully framed against a soft, colorful background. It shows how patient and timing can reward a photographer once again with both clarity and mood, turning a quiet moment into a beautiful, beautiful, vivid story. This was just one of many that he posted. This shot here, Pavlina, I picked the shot from Pavlina because the elephant looks like it's merging through the mist, feels very powerful and mysterious. It teaches how atmosphere and selective lighting can transform a subject, creating not just a photo, but a story that lingers, in the mind. This was actually photographed, if I'm not mistaken, in a zoo. So I know she mentioned she photographed this in the zoo. I loved it. It looks like it was shot out in the wild. Excellent use of the fog. Now, Beth. This shot from Beth. I chose this image from Beth because just the way the purple flower stands out strong against the background, full of twirling colors. This right here shows how great her editing skills are. The creativity in photography is not just about capturing what's there, but also experimenting with light, textures, and post-processing to turn this simple subject into something extremely artistic. I could see this hanging up in a doctor's office. I could see this hanging up in a waiting room to calm people down. Absolutely gorgeous. This shot here got me inspired from Ola. I'm actually considering going out into the forest looking for stuff like this. I picked this image because the mushrooms seem to have a glow from within, surrounded by the soft green of the forest. It's a great reminder of how perspective and lighting can transform something ordinary, on the forest floor into magical subjects worth photographing. Now, this shot from Pat is so dear and near to my heart. She did something like this similar where the sunflower was wilted down. I saw this version, and I believe she mentioned that Andrew, one of my former co-hosts, did a coffee break on this subject, and that's what inspired her. I also loved it because it's sunflower is for the Ukrainian people, it's their national flower, resilience and strength. Now, for Pat, the sunflower against the black background creates such a striking contrast, with the reflection adding an extra layer of depth. It teaches us how simplicity and strong composition can turn a single subject into a bold and memorable photo. Awesome job. Once again, Here they are. And I joked with everyone. I picked these while when I finished my 5:30 in the morning workout at the gym. I hit the sauna, and in the sauna for 30 minutes I do my morning prayers, and I search through our Facebook group, and I look for inspiring images. But what's so funny about this is I get very excited when I see things like this. And so people that are strangers inside the saunas, I share that with them. And now I know they thought I was crazy the first time I did it. Now when I go in there, they ask me, hey, any more of those photos? And we sit there and I show them your images. So people, you're a hit with by that time it's 7 o'clock. It's 7 a.m. morning club at the gym. They look forward on Wednesdays to see what I'm going to choose. So thank you. And again, that's great how our photography is inspiring. So please, if you're not part of our Facebook group, make sure you register there. And if you are, please, 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 please upload your favorite images, tag me in it so I know and I can see them right away, and also give a backstory on how you created those shots. All right? Now, if you're here, please stick around for the Ask Me Anything segment. Everyone else, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you at the next coffee break.